Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the English Binh Phuoc radio, television station and newspaper. Now following are the headlines for today. Binh Phuoc exhibition to mark War Invalids and Martyrs Day. Binh Phuoc improving online public services. Prime Minister urged faster vaccination amidst COVID-19 resurgences. Vietnam becomes world's sixth-largest fiber yarn exporter. Ladies and gentlemen, an agency at the Ministry of Culture, Sport and Tourism together with the Binh Phuoc Department of Culture, Sport and Tourism are holding a poster exhibition to mark the 55 War Invalids and Martyrs Days on July the 27th in the province.
On show, 75 was selected from a poster design contest commemorating War Invalids and Martyrs Day. Each poster tells a story about the struggle for national liberation by the party, army, and people of Vietnam. This exhibition is being held to raise public awareness about the day and to honor the sacrifice of martyrs, wounded soldiers, and heroic Vietnamese mothers during the fight for national independence, freedom, peace, and reunification. It also aims to honor people who have overcome challenges, to actively take part in emulation campaigns, and contribute to production. The exhibition will run until July the 13th.
Vice Chairman of Binh Phuoc Provincial People Committee Trần Văn My extended a recent working session with the Provincial Investment, Trade and Tourism Promotion Center regarding its work in the first half and plans for the remainder of the year.
In the first half of 2022, the Investment, Trade and Tourism Promotion Center of Binh Phuoc Province sent out nearly 300 bulletins on its activities to more than 40 media agencies around the country. It arranged 7 training courses for businesses and cooperatives in the province and 2 programs on selling products on e-commerce platforms and helped 2 firms design websites to promote their products. The center is set to roll out 27 programs and activities over the remainder of the year. Me asked the center to choose a suitable time for investment promotions with foreign partners and to work with relevant agencies to carry out plans.
Binh Phuoc Province is stepping up the implementation of a 92-day campaign that aims to improve online public service and bolster digital transformation toward e-government development.
Under the leadership of local authorities or departments, sectors, districts, and towns are carrying out the program, which comprises 10 groups of tasks and solutions. The rate of online public services generating records is hoped to hit 80% by September 2nd, while the rate for administrative dossiers handled online is to be 50%. The plan also aims to have the rate for digitalized administrative documents reach 100% at the provincial public administrative center and single window unit at the district level. The rate of state administrative agencies reports prepared online is targeted at 50%, and all dossiers and procedures will be handled on time. Binh Phuoc has taken the lead in digital transformation and reaped important results, such as ranking 24th out of the country's 63 cities and provinces in terms of e-government, 37th in digital economy, and 15th in digital society.
Ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has ordered COVID-19 vaccination be sped up in the face of the pandemic resurgence in some countries. He made the request in an official dispatch sent to the People Committee of Provinces and Cities nationwide, ministry level and government agency on July 25th.
So far, more than 240 million vaccine doses have been administered in Vietnam, with large coverage of the first and second doses, which has greatly helped bring the pandemic under control nationwide. However, dispatch noted many localities and agencies have lowered their costs, while authorities in some places have worked drastically enough, making the vaccination progress lag behind schedule. Meanwhile, the pandemic remains complicated and unpredictable in the world, and new waves of infections have occurred in several countries. Vietnam has continued to record cases of Omicron's new subvariants BA4 and BA5 and is facing risks of new outbreaks. He demanded a vaccination campaign be launched to complete inoculation for children aged 5 to 11 in August, finish the administration of the third and fourth doses to people aged 18 and above as soon as possible, and accelerate the third shots for those aged 12 to 17.
Up to 85% of enterprises in the processing, manufacturing and construction sector expected better and stable business situation in the third quarter of this year, while only 15% predicts that the situation may be tougher, according to a survey conducted by the General Statistics Office.
The survey also found that in the third quarter of this year, nearly 45% of the firms surveyed said they are a rise in new orders, while around 14% forecast a decrease. Meanwhile, in the third quarter, over 20% of enterprises expected a rise in the number of their employees, while more than 9% forecast a fall. Although business and production have recovered after the COVID-19 pandemic with a high demand for production and construction materials, domestic steel has surged due to China's decrease of production and export. Meanwhile, petroleum price rise has led to an increase in the prices of other construction materials, directly impacting the cost of projects. The office quarterly production and business prospect survey covers 6,500 enterprises in the processing and manufacturing industries and nearly 6,800 enterprises in the construction industry. In the second quarter, the survey received response from over 5,600 processing, manufacturing firms and over 6,300 construction companies.
Vietnam has surpassed the Republic of Korea to become the world's sixth largest fiber and yarn exporter after shipping abroad $2.37 billion worth of this item in the first 5 months of this year.
Textiles and garments, fiber, yarn, and fabric brought home more than $18.7 billion in total exports during the period, up 20.8% year-on-year. The Vietnam Cotton and Spinning Association noted China accounted for nearly 60% of Vietnam's textile and garment exports. Meanwhile, the US and Europe, which are the world's biggest textile and garment importers, have reduced shipments from China, giving Vietnam a chance to expand its market share. The association cited the World Health Organization's prediction that new COVID-19 variants will continue appearing this year, expecting the country's fiber and yarn segment will continue to be the main recovery driver of the industry and be less affected by the pandemic compared to the apparel segment. The association added Vietnam's economic integration into the world, especially the participation in free trade agreements, also promises breakthrough developments for the fiber and yarn segment.
An exhibition of artwork created during the Resident War for National Independence is on display at the Vietnam Fine Art Museum to mark War Invalid and Master Day, July 27.
Entitled Forever with Time, the exhibition introduces 70 artworks, including paintings and sculptures taken from both the Vietnam Military History Museum and the Vietnam Fine Arts Museum. Created by 62 artists, including 17 soldier artists, these paintings genuinely portray soldiers during wartime.
We select work for display from those who served both as soldiers and artists in the resistance wars against the French and the US.
The artworks depict unforgettable memories of those days, as well as expressing the deepest gratitude to the heroic Vietnamese mothers, militias, medical doctors and nurses, and all the people who contributed their lives to our glorious victory.
This is an image of a mother, not of myself, but another Vietnamese mother who loves peace, art, and music. The sculpture conveys the message that, despite a Vietnamese woman loving roses, the enemy still forced them to hold a gun.
Diverse in styles, genres, and mediums, the art was displayed at the exhibition will stir vivid imaginations of the public about the glorious national history that must always be remembered and cherished.
With the rapid pace of fashion trends, anti-Vietnamese custom may well have been on the verge of oblivion. To preserve and spread their traditional beauty, however, a number of organizations and individuals in Ninh Bình province have held a series of photo tours to bring antique Vietnamese custom closer to the public.
Sites and attractions such as Hoa Lư Asian Capital, Binh Phuoc Pagoda, Thiên Hà Cave, and the Temple of Saint Nguyễn, and a space stimulating buffalo fighting were among the destinations of the photo tours, called through the heritage domain, held by the Bangan 3000 art exhibitor, who coordinated with the Dong Phong tailoring and sewing of traditional costumes. At each destination, models were dressed in different costumes.
In the process of researching ancient costumes, the most difficult thing was learning about materials, because information is quite sparse. I will conduct more experiential sessions in the future so that young people can try on these costumes.
Attire such as thức, thân, giao, and nhật appear in tourist areas and attractions in Ninh Bình with lively colors. Combined with an Asian's quiet space, they not only enhance the beauty but also attract many people who love learning about traditional culture. In addition to antique costume photo tours, exhibitions of the costumes and demonstrations of fabric dyeing have also been held, helping to give the antique Vietnamese costumes a presence in the modern world. Such events not only preserve and uphold the traditional beauty of traditional Vietnamese customs throughout the dynasties, but also introduce and promote the image of the land and people of Ninh Bình to domestic and foreign visitors.
And that's all for the news today. Thank you for watching BPTV News. Goodbye and see you next time.